Hi everybody, this is going to be a video walkthrough for the Ritual Menace Achievement of the Forgotten Ones. This game has been updated a couple times over its history, and usually with those updates, some of the achievements that are there get removed. Usually they're references to other forms of media, so my assumption for their removal is legal reasons. But this recent update actually removed the last reference to an outside media. And the achievement that was put in its place is an achievement that is related to finding the lever that you find in the library of chapter 2. You have to take all the way to chapter 4. Right at the beginning of chapter 4, there's an office in the underground after you talk to the survivors, and you just have to plug the lever into the wall, move it, and then you move a bookshelf. Now, you could just play through the entire game, which we could do here, or instead, a friend of mine that got the achievement way before I did, using the beta, figured out a way to use console commands. So this guide is going to be a video version of that guide, essentially. So we're going to go down to options, because if you're not familiar with console commands, I can walk you through how they work. We're going to go to keyboard, we're going to scroll down, and you're going to want to pay attention to 3 of the buttons, at least for the sake of this guide. Open console is going to be P. Now, usually in my experience, it's always been tilde. So this is kind of unusual for it to be a different button, like on the complete opposite side of the keyboard. So it's a little bit strange, but that's okay. You can actually set it to whatever you want to, but for the sake of this, use whatever it's defaulted to for you. And then also the inventory button is going to be tab, and then the interacting button is F. Now, usually in my experience, it's always been E, so seeing it as F is also kind of strange, but this game is a bit strange, so that's fine. We're going to go back, and then we're going to go back again. Now, you can enter Chapter 4 either by beginning Nightmare and just choosing it, or to get used to the idea of the console. We're going to hit P, and it's going to drop down the console. We're going to, in the console, write map, that's M-A-P. We're going to hit space, TFO, C3_1. Now, it is case sensitive and it is character sensitive. So you might be wondering, well, there was a drop-down menu. Why didn't you just select the map from that drop-down menu and save us a couple seconds? If you hit the drop-down menu, if you select from the drop-down menu, it will actually add a space afterwards, making it an incorrect code. So you'd want to hit backspace after the selection of that anyway. But it has to be to the character correct in order for the game to understand what code you're putting in. So this is a correct code. We're going to hit enter, and it's going to automatically load us into chapter 4. When we go into chapter 4, you are going to run into what the game's achievements call the tourists. They're the 2 survivors that you meet in the underground. There are 2 achievements related to interacting with them. We're not going to go over those achievements in this guide. I'm just going to go over the Ritual Menace achievement. So for this, we're going to choose peace because we don't want to get shot. So once you have the ability to choose either peace or fighting them, we're going to choose just saying your name, because it's very difficult to do this achievement being shot. I did turn down the game audio, so I apologize for it being fairly quiet. The piano music is very beautiful, but I didn't want it to distract from me being able to talk and you being able to hear me. So the dialogue is also fairly low as well, so I apologize for that. We're just going to exhaust the dialogue with them. They will tell you about an armory up ahead where you can reload, get some ammunition, get some health packs. Also, there is a Panzerfaust down here in one of the rooms, and you're going to need that for an achievement as well. Okay, so it's going to fade out, and you can either tell them to follow you or to stay there. It really doesn't matter, because once we get up to this room here, once we enter this room, they're going to stay outside anyway, so it really doesn't matter. We're going to go over to here, and we're going to face the ground. My assumption for facing the ground is that once you generate a prop, the prop has to generate somewhere, like within the geometry. Again, I don't know most of this, so this is just me guessing. If you're facing the air, the prop won't know where to generate, so it needs like a solid surface for it to land on. So I think that's why you have to face the ground, or at least this is just an idea, because you don't want the lever to like fly through the geometry or exit the map level. So we're going to hit, remember, tab is your inventory. the item is not going to be in your inventory. If it is, then great, you can just use it. But for me, even though this is the same playthrough that I played through finding the lever, I don't know why it's not here, but it's not. Maybe the update broke it or something like that. So exit out. We're going to hit P once again, and this is going to be a very long code, but I will have it written below. I'll also have a link to the original guide on A-stats that Slick did below. So we're going to type in ENT. It's going to be underscore next with create. And even though it auto-generated below, don't worry about that. Just continue writing. INV underscore inventory underscore item space model space models. And then we're going to do backslash item backslash rusty. Oops, I misspelled it again. Rusty. Lever. Sorry, there's a bug in here. And then it's going to be .mdl. And then script file. And then space. And you're going to have a capital L for lever. I guess I keep pronouncing it lever. I apologize. I watch a lot of British stuff, though, and I have British family members, so I pronounce it that way. It's lever. I apologize. But that's the exact line that you need. No extra characters, nothing in place. The capital letter only matters for the actual last word. So everything has to be the way that it's written there. You're going to hit enter, and it's going to generate the lever on the floor right in front of you. And then you can hit just exit to exit out of the command. Once you face it, you're going to hit F. It will add to your inventory. You'll go over and you'll face the wall. You'll hit tab to open your inventory, select the item. You're going to hit use. It's going to lock into the socket, and then you'll hit F once again to move it up. This will pop out the bookshelf. Once it starts moving, you should get the achievement immediately. It's strange that it actually breaks the lever when it slides over. I'm pretty sure that's not up to code, but this game's a little strange. So we're going to go into the ritual room. You don't need to go into the ritual room to get the achievement, but I just wanted to show you that your character does make a comment. I think this is the second or third ritual room you find in the game, if memory serves. But some players tried to clip out of the geometry of the map level and go into the ritual room itself. This does not trigger the achievement, so you cannot do it this way. You actually have to generate or find the lever, plug it into the wall unit, move it, and move the bookshelf. The bookshelf has to move in order for you to trigger this achievement. So that's everything that you need to know in order to get it this way. I'm going to shout out Slick once again. Thank you so much for your help in figuring this out and making a guide on A-stats. I'll talk to see if it's appropriate to put this also on Steam in order to help a lot of people with this achievement. I'm sure the developer might frown on this because you're not actually playing through the game. But this is interesting. This is one of the reasons why achievements are so interesting to me, because especially the fact that you can't just clip into the room, that the bookshelf itself moving is what triggers the achievement. This is fascinating stuff to me. It's one of the reasons why I really like the technical aspects of achievements. So, but yeah, thank you so much for your time. I will have the description below in case you get confused or anything. Hopefully this was clear. I welcome your comments and suggestions. Maybe this game will be updated in another 2 years, as it has been. But maybe not. But if it does, who knows? Maybe we'll do another guide for something else in the future. Thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next guide, video, or walkthrough. Please take care.